Ho, 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 and welcome to this week's Talking Codswallop. This is Gemma with a snotty nose.
This is James. How are we doing? And, to go on a medical front, she's got a snotty nose. I've got a bit of a cough. Yes, people, it's winter.
Yes, exactly. But, the two of us couldn't not have a recording for our last episode of the year. So, yes, this is the last episode of the year. So if it's really bad, I'm really sorry. It's James's fault. If it's a good episode, then it's mine.
No, it's not. Don't lie. No, if it's foul, it's definitely Gemma's fault. If it's wonderful, yes, Salty Tadpoles, it's all down to me.
Yes, because, yes, because it's all James's, indeed.
Yeah, see, the difference is when I say indeed, it sounds cool. With you, when you say indeed, it sounds like your voice has suddenly dropped several octaves.
Well, it may have today, to be honest, but indeed, nonetheless. So how have you been, my friend? How have you been?
I was feeling pretty good until the last couple of days, and to be fair part of last week where I've suddenly just felt a bit ill. But as you said, it's winter, it happens, surrounded by germs, etc. But other than that, I am not doing too bad. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. I've got a bit of Codswallop that I was going to go into, but that was, a situation that happened in my life, and I wanted to use it as Codswallop this week.
Okay.
Yeah, otherwise, people coming into the office with their stinky colds and not working from home is my reason for being ill, and I think those people are arseholes. Bloody arseholes, James.
It's always a bit of a strange one, because in the past, before working from home was a thing, you could understand people coming into the office to work because, the emphasis you have to do it. I unfortunately did that a hell of a lot when I was very ill. But, yeah, if you can work from home, and I was feeling appalling, in work where I could work from home, I'd be working from home personally, because it gives you a chance of getting better quicker. Well, in theory, anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. But unfortunately, some people don't think like that. That's the big issue there. But never mind, it's not the end of the world. So, it is at the end of the day. It's just a cold, and I've got me Vicks. What's it? Inhaler that I can stick up my nose and go. And
wow, that's a wonderful mental image, isn't it?
Yeah.
In fact, buy two and stick them up each nostril.
It's tempting. Yeah. They are about the size. Well, they're quite. They're about the size of your little finger. So actually having to sort of walk around with them up my nose might be a little bit weird, but yeah, it'll be all good.
I mean, if you did do that, it would definitely add to the, the Talking Codswallop flavour. If you posted that as a picture of you with two of those stuck up your nose.
Well, I mean, I'm more than happy to do so.
That can be the picture for our final show of the year.
Yeah, the only problem is I've only got the one, so I might have to work out if I could do the same with a lip balm or something. No, I can't. It doesn't fit. So, all right, I might go out and buy another one just so that I can take the picture. There we go.
That's dedication to the cause.
Yeah, we're inhaling into Christmas.
How very true.
Yeah, exactly. So, have you done anything fun before I get into my Codswallop?
Not that I can. I probably have, but it must have been so low on the fun meter that I can't remember
it. All right. Well, I'll go into my Codswallop then.
I've been to the gym. Does that count? That's sort of fun, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it, really.
Some people think that's fun. Some people don't. But it's one of those things. I personally hated it, but it's and the endorphins are flying.
I think that is the thing, on the fun front, because when I say if I feel a bit cruddy, I'm like, am I going to go? Am I not going to go? I do generally feel better after I've been.
Yeah, that is the case for most people, isn't it? It's even the case for me as well. It's like if I've been to like a Zumba class or something like that, it's quite high energy sort of movement and stuff like that. I haven't been for ages, but that's one of the ones that I really did enjoy when I was actually doing sort of exercise and stuff like that. So yeah, it'd probably be my go back to kind of thing as well. So
Cool.
yeah, it's quite fun to just dance the weight off.
And why not?
And why not, indeed? Yeah, exactly. So my Codswallop this week also is, is a real life Codswallop, but I'm gonna tell you the fun part first. So I had my Christmas party this, I think it was like last Friday. Yeah, so a couple of Fridays ago, anyway, and it was a really fun event. We were at a hotel, and the drinks were flowing, and we were all having a very merry time because they give out like awards, and it's they're kind of incidental, silly little things. But we actually did win Team of the Year, which is really good. Yeah, it was really good. It was funny though, because where we were kind of sat round the corner a little bit, and where the stage was, that they were sort of speaking into the microphone, we couldn't actually hear anything that they were saying, which was a godsend when it came to like the director's speeches and stuff like that, because we didn't really care about them. But
that's the team spirit there, Gem.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Why we won Team of the Year. So somebody basically came running around the corner and was like, Gemma, Pete, Karen, because that's the three of us that were there. You've won. And we were like, what? What have we won? So, because like I said, we literally couldn't hear anything. It was just muffled. And so, so it turned out that we won Team of the Year. My other colleagues in the department also got it's like a little award with a star on the top. So it's quite a nice little award with a little, it's engraved with our name and, the what the award is for and stuff like that. So it's really nice.
So when you commented about being sat around the corner, it brings to mind something that in the TV show Frasier, where they were sat right near the toilets in a restaurant, and they described it as the enchanted grotto.
Well, we weren't next to the toilets, so that was good. Yeah, you had to walk downstairs to actually go to the toilet, which by the end of the night was probably quite detrimental to a lot of people, but
Yeah, I've been in places like that.
Yeah, but the hotel itself was absolutely lovely. So, and food was really nice. Basically, it was a really great evening until, so there was a bunch of us that decided that we were going to go out into Bournemouth, which was the town that we had the Christmas party in. So it's about an hour away from where I live. So, it's quite a fair distance. So I was staying overnight, but not at the hotel that we had the Christmas party, because there was an option of paying £99 to stay there or £39 to stay at the place where I was going to stay. So guess which option I went with?
The cheap seats.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we went out and we went into a club called Pop World, and there's like many of them all over the place, and it's really not my kind of scene. It's, it's pop music, basically. It's really shitty music, but, I was in the festive mood, so I was having a good old time, and very stupidly put my drink down to do whatever I did, and then went back to it, and unfortunately it turned out that somebody had spiked my drink.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's like within the matter of 15 minutes, I still can't remember anything, but basically I remember going into the club, and I was merry, don't get me wrong. I'd had a couple to drink, I was merry, but I have no memory of leaving the club. Luckily, I had one of the sales managers with me, so he managed to get me back to my hotel with a lot of cuts and bruises, because I kept falling over, apparently. And I know I fell over because my knees are shattered. They're really, really cut and bruised. It's disgusting. I had a black eye at one point as well. So I now know that dark purple eyeshadow would be quite good on my eyes, because that's the colour that my eye was.
New look, yeah.
Yeah, new look. But I've literally got, I've got the occasional snippet of memory, like falling over and somebody helping me up, and also being back at the hotel and them fixing my eye up. But then I have literally no memory of how I got from that hotel, which we had the Christmas party at, to getting back to my own hotel and getting into bed. And it's, although, yeah, okay, these kind of things could be said that, you know, when you go out drinking, it's actually, you know, you can sometimes lose your memory and stuff like that. You know, I'm sure in your days you probably had moments like that. I don't know. But when it comes to me, unfortunately, in some cases, I remember everything. So, and normally, like, I don't lose use of my legs. If anything, I get more energetic, so I like start running around and doing, you know, like I could almost run like a marathon if I'm really drunk, you know, kind of thing. And but the fact that I have no memory and I lost use of my legs means that something else happened.
That's some scary stuff.
It is, and it's kind of, and I don't mean this in a not detrimental, but I don't mean this in a sort of negative way to myself, but as a tubby girl who's average looking kind of thing, you just kind of, I don't know, this is my naivety as well. I just sort of thought to myself, well, this is never going to happen to me, you know, I'm not one of the pretty girls sort of thing, you know, kind of thing. But say it's just an example that it can happen to anyone, I guess. But
well, don't do yourself down. Do
No.
not do yourself down. I don't agree with your comments there, but
Thank
I do
you.
find it's very terrifying. The fact that like you could put a drink, and it can happen to anybody. It doesn't matter what
Yeah.
gender you are, what age you are. You can put a drink down, and some nefarious person, and they may do it. And this is the scary thing. There's the awful element of why they will do it, but there's also the element they might think, oh, it's a laugh. We'll just see how this person reacts. Well, it sure as shit ain't funny because
no.
it's awful. People could die. Anything could happen to the person.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, and you know, when I came home on the Saturday, I just wanted to get home, sort of thing. You know, like as quickly as possible, but obviously taking it steady. But yeah, it's like my mum and my brother were burst into tears because they were like, "What if something really bad had happened to you?" You
Yeah.
know, and it's like, yeah, okay, but I mean, at this stage now, I'm just trying to forget. I'm bringing it up again, but I'm trying to forget about it now because, you know, it's like I'm pretty much okay about it, but every time I close my eyes at night, my brain's trying to still figure out what happened, and it's it's kind of getting on my nerves now. So I've got this little trick that I do, that I've got this almost game that I play, which is the alphabet game, which I'll bring onto the podcast one day. But it's say like if you choose like girls' names, for example, and you have to pick, you know, like you have to name all of the names with the letters, if you know what I mean. So it's like Annabelle,
yeah.
Bethany, Carla, Denise, you know, blah blah blah. So it's just a way of like changing my mind from what it's thinking about to thinking about pretty much nothing, you know, kind of thing, and just helps me go to sleep at night. So yeah, so I've been doing that instead. But yeah, it'll be nice when when the scars on my knee, you know, the bruises, not bruises, the scabs on my knees have gone, and then I can really forget about it. But at the moment, they're quite painful. But yeah, but I'm here to tell the tale, so it's all good.
Good, and that's the main thing. So, I mean, you can stick it in a box, so to speak, can't you? Now that you've discussed it, and but yeah, I mean, the main thing is, I'm sorry you had to go through that, but more than anything, I'm glad that you have lived to tell the tale, because you know,
Yeah.
the sad thing is anything could happen. You could have, say, walked in front of a car or
Yeah.
anything. So yeah, you've come out the other side, which is the main thing.
Yeah, exactly. And thank goodness I had that person looking after me. So, yeah. So that was good. But yeah, but also just I know that most people know this. I do as well. But, you know, like for the Salty Tadpoles, just be careful of your drinks out there, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said, you know, it's probably a stupid thing to actually go back to my drink after putting it down. But, you know, I am a little bit naive. I'll be honest there, you know, I am a bit naive when it comes to things like that. But yeah, just be extra cautious, because I'm supposed to be, well, I am going out on the 27th as well, because Lucy Caton is coming down south. Sounds a bit dodgy, but she's in Birmingham at the moment, so she's coming down to visit her family. So we're gonna have a little catch up in Southampton. You know, so at the moment I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know if, you know, I will go because I've said that I'm going and I really want to go. But it's like, oh, I don't know if I'll be drinking, kind of thing. It's kind of put me off a little bit now. But, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Because I know that I'm safe, I'm with them and we'll all be looking after each other, sort of thing. So,
yeah, I'd say just whatever you do, just be careful.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, will do. So, but there you go. So that's my story, my Codswallop. Have you got any Codswallop this week?
Not particularly, no. I think I'm okay, yeah. Other than, well, no, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, so no.
Well, in that case then, should we get into some festive stuff before, because this might be a shorter episode this week, because we're both not feeling 100%, but, we wanted to do something to sort of say goodbye to the Salty Tadpoles, for the remainder of the year, and we wanted to, well, say Happy New Year and Happy Christmas and Happy Holidays. So I made it a little bit longer by waffling there. So we found it's basically like silly little Christmas stories that may or may not be good, because I haven't really proofread them, but we need content, and the internet helped a little bit maybe. So I'm going to start with the first story that I've got. So it's called Bad Christmas Tree. One magical season, a surprise was waiting for Maria and her family under the tree. 3-year-old Maria's secret puppy pooped under the Christmas tree before her father could put it in hiding. Oh no.
Just the idea. Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. When Maria came home from her grandparents on Christmas Eve, she ran to the tree to take another glance before going to sleep. She instantly spotted the stinky surprise. Seeing the poop on the floor, Maria quickly ran into the kitchen to her mother. "Mum, I think you need to give the Christmas tree a time out." "Why?" said the mum curiously. "It's pooped on the floor."
Yeah. I'd just say, no, you've been an awful child and actually present.
Yeah, we don't give coal, we give poo.
Yeah, don't do coal. Take this.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, this little story illustrates why you should probably, clear things out, because this person's put, my mother is a bit of a pack rat. Recently, she went digging under her stairs for some whole decorations and came across a birthday card I sent her 30 years earlier. She called me to say my wish for her had come true. "What wish?" I asked. "You wished me happy 30th birthday," she replied. "Hope I'd live for the 30 years," and I did.
Oh, blimey. So this next one is called Christmas Massacre.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, yeah. Well, poop, massacre, I'm on track this week. 4-year-old Kieran ran into his mother's room in a panic. "Mum, you need to get Duke out of here." Confused, his mum looked at him curiously and said, "Why?" "Duke ate Ellie the elf." Oh, Duke, hold on. "Duke ate Ellie the elf, and Santa's probably going to call the cops," Kieran said frantically. At that moment, an overweight bulldog came sauntering into the room, merrily with his Christmas ornament hanging out of his mouth. Kieran put his hand to his forehead and sighed. "Well, there's no hope for him now. No Santa Claus for his paws this year."
But I'm glad it is a dog and not like some human that's just gone feral.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it might be a dog, but yeah.
Mine one is this. So what this lady's put this message, which says, "One Christmas, my husband put an assortment of beauty products in my stocking. I tried to run the facial mask, was about to wash it off when my 8-year-old son Callum walked in. I explained to him that it was a present from his dad and it would make me beautiful. He patiently waited by my side as I rinsed and patted my face dry. 'Well, what do you think?' I asked. Oh, Mum, it didn't work, Callum replied.
It's like I knew it was coming, but that was still funny.
Foul child.
Yeah, exactly. Little asshole. Christmas coal. Two naughty boys begged their father to open one present on Christmas Eve. With a knowing look, their father handed them two big boxes filled with coal. Just remember, this is only the first present, his father said. He wanted them to learn a lesson, but not to be too disappointed. Upon opening the coal, the two boys jumped up and down in excitement. Confused, the father looked at them, asking, "Why are you so excited about coal?" The youngest boy looked at him with exasperation. "You said this was only the first present. We didn't really think Santa would bring us the train."
So, honesty is the best policy. Not mine. This is me reading somebody else's. Don't get excited, people.
Yeah.
My 9-year-old son, Gabriel, had heard some rumours at school that Santa wasn't real. He approached me with a big question. "Dad, tell me the truth. Is Santa real?" I decided to tell him it was us who had bought his latest Nintendo Wii game. "Really?" he said. "You should have just let Santa bring it. That way it would have been free."
I think I like yours more, so I think you should carry on for a bit.
Okay, so someone's put on a flight to Mexico for a Christmas vacation. I watched my 4-year-old son, Max, stare intently out the airplane window. We'd just taken off and were passing through some big white clouds. Max looked concerned, and I'd wondered what he might be thinking about. Suddenly, his eyes lit up and a big smile came across his face. He announced sadly, "Mom, I know why we aren't getting anywhere. We're stuck in all this snow."
It's just the way that children's minds work, isn't it? It's like there's something really innocent about it. It's like almost you want to kind of capture that as an adult and keep it, you know?
Yeah, you and I have very different views then.
Yeah.
I'd find it just annoying, but that's me. I'll go with one more. So my husband took our two sons, 6-year-old Devin and 4-year-old Chase, to a party where Santa will be handing out gifts. The instructions from the organisers were to bring our own gifts, so I brought beach towels with the kids' names printed on them. Upon arriving, Devon said he couldn't believe that how skinny Santa was actually. His doubt turned to belief when he opened his gift. "He has to be the real Santa," he said. "How else would he know my name?"
Sorry, I didn't really understand
Gemma's
that.
now died.
No, I just didn't understand it. Hold on. Read it again? Sorry.
I'll explain it. So
Okay.
they'd obviously provided the gifts.
Yeah.
The chap who was dressed up as Santa was skinny, or skinnier
okay.
than expected,
Yeah.
which the little boy didn't understand. But his and thought was fake. But his childlike innocence was improved upon the fact that the beach towels, which were gifts provided by the parents, had names on them.
Ah, okay. Okay, sorry. I do apologise.
It's
I
all
was
right.
a bit slow on that one. I get it now. There we go. And let's face it, Christmas is all about the kids, isn't it, really?
Well, it isn't for me. I try and stay away from the little bastards. I mean, lovely, wonderful children.
But it is. It makes it more magical when you've got a child around for Christmas. You can cook them and bake them and... we live in houses that are
Put
made
them
of
in a
candy.
pie.
Yeah. So I think we'll move on to some weird stories of the week. So I've got 2 stories this week. So
Okay.
one of them is festive and the other one isn't festive, but it made me giggle and I really wanted to read it. So I'm going to go with the first one that's not festive. Although it could be, it could be if you wanted it. So the headline reads, "Oh man, I'm locked in. Man pleads for help on Twitter after falling asleep in a shop massage chair."
Okay.
A man was forced to tweet for help when he got locked in a department store after falling asleep on a massage chair. The man awoke to a deserted shop floor, after dozing off in the electronics store in Japan. Identified only by his handle at Astrodophilus, I think it is, the sleepy customer was forced to tweet his plight when he discovered he was locked inside the store. Posting various photos of the dark and empty interior, he captioned the photo, "Oh man, I'm locked in." And that was no accent for no reason. It was just because I decided to. In the photos, the shutters are down at the front of the store, named KS, and are clearly shut. It was thought that the man has triggered the alarm, which notified the police, who managed to get in touch with the shop owner. After 10 police officers searched him to confirm he was not a shoplifter, he tweeted that he had finally managed to get out. The manager apologized to the man for his staff's failure to notice he was still in the chair when locking up. I mean, come on. How can you not notice a man?
I was trying to word that out. How would he not be aware there's someone there?
Exactly. Yeah, so they clearly didn't bother doing their checks properly, did they?
Clearly not.
No. The man also said sorry, although it was unclear how long he had nodded off for. So, blah, 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 blah. His original post was retweeted more than 300. This was a valuable experience, he said. Others commented that his childhood dream to be locked inside a department store, while others likened the man's predicament to our popular escape room. But, I think it's more like, it could be like a Christmas movie, where someone, hides under the bed and then they rob the store, But in this case, it was just a sleepy Japanese man, who decided to have a little sleepy in a store.
I'm still astounded that that could actually happen. But
I know it is a bit weird. Got to be a lot more checks, but I guess maybe it was just the fact that there was teenagers on, and they were just like, "Oh, I can't be asked to do the checks, and we'll just lock up. We'll all go."
It could well be. It could well be that's the situation. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Anyway, I think with my story, I found my hero. Cheryl Sue's Christmas tree is already up and her children will get a photo with Santa. But unlike many Australians, the children won't be receiving any present from her or Santa.
Aww.
The 39-year-old mother of two is just one parent who's trying to do Christmas differently, even if it sounds horrible to others, she says. She's never bought a Christmas or birthday present for a 4-year-old son or 2-year-old daughter and doesn't think other families should feel pressure to either. She prefers instead to focus on providing her children with experiences. They don't need something to open on the day. They're excited with life. They're excited with the prospect of having fish and chips on the beach later that afternoon on Christmas Day, for instance. She says. They understand that they don't need things. They want to get out of the house. They want to see people. They want to play with people. They want to make new friends. That's what drives them right now. So how is that a bad thing? She lives in Sydney North Shore and says she's acutely aware that she's in a fortunate position that allows her the privilege of deciding what she spends her money on. Her family's not struggling financially and her children already have plenty of toys. So a decision not to buy presents is not about saving money. I'm an only child, she says. I grew up in Singapore, so you can imagine how privileged life was, and it still is. I know how lucky I am, so it actually is quite a turn that I've decided to go this way with my kids. We're also very aware in this area that there's a lot of competition. I didn't want the children to buy into any of that competition because it's so materialistic. You're always going to get somebody who's going to have more than you, who's going to spend more than you, and then the people who have less than you get forgotten.
Yeah. That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, to me, this does make a lot of sense. It says her stance was perplexed her family and friends. Even my parents are like, why are you doing this? What are you doing? The word Grinch is being thrown around over Christmas time, and I'll be happy to cop it on the chin, because I understand that our way of thinking is not for everyone. But, she says, they respect her decision. my mother is like, wow, I don't think we necessarily raised you with those values, but that is great, and you picked it up along the way. And then she says about the promise that people become increasingly materialistic, and that's pretty much it, and that she thinks it's a better way for the children. So to be fair, I actually can see the logic of what she's doing, really. Makes more sense to me.
Yeah, I think it does as well to me, actually, in a way. That said, Mum, Graham, I still want my presents, please. But
no, she doesn't. She's just saying that.
no, I do. I want them. I've been brought up in a world where I am materialistic. But no, I mean, it's kind of like introducing different morals into the kids' lives, isn't it? So I think that's not a bad thing. That the only thing is that, you know, it does sound a lot like was it Ming Chen from Tell 'Em Steve Dave, or Comic Book Man, who his parents never gave him Christmas presents either, didn't he?
I'll have to take your word on that one.
Can you not remember? Oh, okay.
I don't. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, it was the case anyway, and and I think he found it quite sad. So, or you know, I think. Well, it was just normal for him, but I think in later years, people have been like, why didn't they get you presents? And it's like, oh, is that normal? But yeah.
I mean, I can understand not getting presents for people, and I can understand reducing the number of gifts. If you're going to get somebody something, I mean, it's the thing of not going overboard, I guess, with things. So, I mean, there's one person in the article, I didn't go into it, who was saying that what they did is they got second-hand gifts for the family and friends, which, to be fair, from a recycling point of view, is brilliant. So then you're not ending up with just multitudes of stuff over and over again, clogging up landfills, etc.
Yeah, I think that sounds good. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, recycling presents. So, you know, this year when I get presents that I don't like, I'll keep them aside for next year when I have to give somebody else a present.
Excellent thinking. I like it.
Right, so my final story this week is about a reindeer. I thought it was very festive.
Okay.
After getting loose on Sunday, the animals wandered onto the A11, forcing police to temporarily close the road in both directions for 2 hours. So we've got an escapee reindeer, basically. So we've got two reindeer, which caused a dual carriageway.
Just two.
Just two, yeah. So it caused the dual carriageway to be closed after escaping Christmas attraction on a rural estate have now been caught. The animals hoofed it to the Elvedere estate in Suffolk on Sunday, where they had taken part in Santa's Grotto event. The pair wandered off to the A11 near Barton's Mill. Not really sure where any of these places are, but there we have it. Forcing polices? Forcing polices to temporarily close the road in both directions around 3:20 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. Although I imagine, as it's an A road, maybe it's not one of the busy roads. I don't know though what it's. You know, A roads are not overly busy down here, but you know. Officers from Suffolk Police took part in attempts to recapture the reindeer, which were paused overnight. Efforts resumed on Monday, and the animals were caught by 12:05 p.m. So it took quite a long time to find the reindeer. Maybe they wanted to be free, though. A spokesperson for the Elvedere estate said on Monday, "We knew where they were last night, but obviously we were losing the lights, so we didn't want to spook them. And so we left it overnight, basically. Their owners came back this morning after several hours, and they managed to hoax them back out."
Coax, not hoax.
Oh, yes, coax.
If you hoax them, you've been lying to them. Although maybe it was a hoax. Oh, there's food over here on this. Come on.
I mean, you know, in some ways, yes, I did say the wrong word, but actually it's kind of the right word in a way, isn't it? Because you do lie. You just like, here's a carrot. Come on. But yeah. She added, they brought another reindeer with them and with food, but it took a long time. So that doesn't really make sense, actually, but there we have it. Reports initially said a large number of reindeer were on the road, But Sarah Parry of Elverdeen Farms said, nope, it was just the two we had hired for that weekend. They escaped from their handlers and they have now been recaptured and taken home to Lincolnshire, safe and sound. The end.
Excellent. A happy ending.
Yes. Well, a happy ending. I mean, they were free for a few minutes. So is it really a happy ending, James?
Yeah, it's a happy ending. They weren't hit by a car, so...
Well, there's that. They weren't hit by a car, so that is a good thing. But at the same time, they were free to do what they want any old time.
Yeah, sorry, Salty Tadpoles. It's all going so well up to that point.
I know. But I love you. Want you. I've forgotten the words to it, to be honest, so I won't carry on. Well, James, I don't know about you, but I think this wraps up another wonderful episode by the Talking Codswallop podcast of 2023. Woo!
Yes. I think we've been talking of festive Codswallop as well.
I think we have as well. Jingle jangle. There's the bells. Santa's on his way, everybody. But no, just wanted to take an opportunity to say thank you again for all the Salty Tadpoles who have been with us. We've not been as regular this year, so thank you for sticking with us and, you know, keeping alongside us, you know, even though we drop an episode once in a blue moon at the moment. But, you know, it's all good. James needs to pull his finger out and learn how to organise his life so that, you know, we can do it a little bit better.
Yeah. That see, that's great as you sort of tell us. That really motivates you to want to come on the podcast.
No,
on the podcast, get abused. Don't come on the podcast, get abused.
Well, you know, that means you listen to last week's episode. Good. Okay. No, you know, I'm only teasing you.
Absolutely.
But, you know. But, yes, so have you got anything you want to say to the Salty Tadpoles or just, you know, fuck off?
Just no, yeah, thank you for listening. I hope you all have a nice Christmas and a nice start to 2024.
Yes, absolutely. And we will be back sometime in January. So in that case then, James, I think that we've been talking enough Codswallop this week. I have been Gemma.
I've been James.
Yes, you have. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, what she said.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.